The existing site already lets visitors look at photographs and to understand the method, but also to dig into evidence and archives. So during this build week, we used Codex to extend that structure into two production rails, one being an owned mailing relationship and the other one a public film practice. So we did this without pretending that the earlier museum was a newly built one. The extension begins with a readable research, 7 formal supporting papers, selective Harvard citations and a source ledger. So the judges can follow the 5-stop evidence route, or they can leave it wherever a question interests them and inspect the underlying material. The mailing rail part of it produced a rights cleared issue 0, also a plain twin text, production checklist, an accessibility bench for narrow screens and enlarged text. The images off and dark presentation. There was no subscriber data or no email was sent, or they weren't needed to prove for this editorial form. The film rail turns like one photograph into an argument. The rights and the provenance travel beside in a paper edit, the captions and the animatic. The workflow stops for my narration and my proceed, the revise or stop decision rather than intervening either. The collaboration is operational. It's not decorative. It just works. So April and Claw exchange controlled meeting notes and receipts. And then we had a verified repair to upgrade Claw and tested its GPT 5.6 route. And then we handed the result to Clint in a separate conversation. I must mention that the older records use the word redacted just as a privacy label for me, but on here I am named as Simon and remain responsible for this. So Codex helped research, plan, build, test and document this extension. And the GPT 5.6 guided proof desk workflow separates the evidence against the editorial conclusions and uncertainty. So the deterministic validation then checks the structured record and refuses any input with public release already approved. And the AI prepares decisions, but I retain the authority for it all. So Damen Hartley is the entry, but the Build Week extension shows how its research can become publishing without losing any of the evidence, or for the person responsible for saying yes.